Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you are new. Another NASCAR Thunder 2003 career mode episode. We got like 10 races left in the season. We're going to Darlington in this episode and also Richmond. Hopefully we can do all right at Richmond. We did just get a new engine and chassis done last episode that we'll be using both in here at Darlington. So hopefully we can do pretty well with it. We have another engine being built right now and one being repaired also. We had one that got repaired. That's the one we're using right now, is the repaired one. And our R&D, we are 8 races away from that being done. Sponsorship wise, we're gonna have to sponsor up our primary, and all the secondary stuff will be after in next episode, first race after that. So hopefully we can do pretty well. Standings wise, we're 41st, just a little bit behind Greg Biffle and not too far behind Casey Kane, a little bit far behind Kimmel to try to get up there for 38th, but hopefully we can catch Greg Biffle and Casey Kane, finish top 40 in points. The standings took a big swing last episode. Dale Jr. was like 70 points, or like, no, maybe he was like 15 points ahead of Dale Jarrett. Jr. had a terrible race at Michigan. Shockingly, that's one of his better tracks, so I'm shocked he had a terrible race there. I think he got caught a lap down from pitting and then finished way in the back. Jarrett ended up taking the lead, but then they both had a terrible Bristol. Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon both had great Bristols, so they're starting to catch up in the points a lot. So it's getting very interesting for the ending of the season in the points. But last 10 races, we're here at Darlington. Hopefully we can do well. Let's see what we can do. All right, Mark Martin has the pole with a 28.6, I think it is. I ran a 29.9 or a 30.4 or a 30.0 is what it was. And hopefully we could do pretty similar numbers here in qualifying, probably on our second lap because we don't have much speed coming up to the line there. But if we can qualify with 29.9, I think we could qualify pretty decent. We've been pretty good at qualifying besides at Bristol. Like literally everywhere else we've been inside or right around the top 30 for the most part. So hoping this second lap could do good numbers. That was 28th with a 30.0 on the first lap, and I thought the first lap would be our slower one. Trying to push it here, getting that Larson line right on the wall. Trying to push it as much as we can. Kind of overshot the entry to turn 1, but it is what it is. We already qualified pretty well, so I'm just trying to improve it at this point. Car feels pretty good though for the most part. It's a little tight, but it is what it is overall. Second lap's gonna be a little quicker, 29.9. I don't think that's gonna change us. 27th, okay, one spot.
MRN Radio is here at the Great Southern Tradition, the annual Mountain Dew Southern 500, here at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Barney, drivers love coming to Darlington because of its history, but they often leave wishing they hadn't shown up. Why's that?
Well, this is an egg-shaped track with different links and different bankings in the east and west turns. That makes it very tough for the drivers. But the question is, why is it egg-shaped? Well, when it was built, the landowner decided he didn't want his minnow farm disturbed, so they simply pinched in the corners of what is now turns 3 and 4 to give it the distinctive egg shape that it's now famous for.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in the top 5 in points so far this season.
Oh, yeah, and all these guys in the top 5 are fighting hard week in and week out to gain as many points as possible. It's harder to pick up spots once you're into the top 5.
Kurt Busch started on the pole for the first time in his career here at Darlington during the 2001 season.
And that's quite a surprise. The Lady in Black is a very unforgiving racetrack that can give rookies and veterans alike a hard time. But she caught up to Kurt, and he only finished 51 laps that day.
Things are not going well this year for the Windcraft car.
Yeah, I really feel bad for those guys this season. They come to these tracks and work so hard, but they just never seem to get the car exactly right.
Well, Mark Martin's on pole. Greg Biffle's in third. What is going on here? It looks like Scott Wimmer got second. He qualified pole at Bristol too, so he is pretty good at qualifying lately. We have a hell of a start here, so I want some more restarts because that worked out beautifully for us. Try not to get up into Jeremy Mayfield up here. Okay, we got 2 wide, thank goodness. Try not to go up and smack the wall of turn 2 because it can get tight on the exit. That was close with Jeff Green. We actually gained spots there off the start, which is a shocker. That rarely happens. Usually we're just like left out to dry on the restarts because usually we're slow with our gearing or something, or we have a lot of stability help that slows us up. But hey, so far so good. Hopefully we can keep this up. I'm gonna jinx the hell out of myself probably and smack the wall, or end up in some bad situation where I damage the car and then we're slower. Because if we can just keep the car clean, I'm cutting it close with Jeff Green. If we can keep the car clean, then we should be theoretically a top 30 car, you would think. But they definitely pick up pace in the race compared to qualifying. We held off Jeff Green for a little bit, which was nice. Hopefully we can continue to hold people off as best as we can, and maybe Greg Biffle will fall back. He's holding up this entire line in front of us, so I think he's going to slowly fall back. I know Casey Kane qualified terribly back there, so hopefully he stays back there. Matt Kenseth, excuse me. There is no bottom lane there. Like, you got to go under the dotted white line to get by me there, bud. Or above me going into turn 1 like that. Then you're just fine. I got to check up hard going into turn 1 so I don't slide up into these guys because I really don't want to damage the car too much. Try to keep this car as clean as possible. Try not to get any Darlington stripes. As I say that, I pulled up into Ward Burton's lane and just completely hooked myself in the wall. Dang it. I saw him with a huge run, and I tried to get up there to block it, and I was a little late. I was a tad late there, but hey, that kind of slowed everybody up behind me a good bit. But it slowed me up a lot too, getting that damage, which was unfortunate. But we're in 30th. We're kind of slowly bleeding spots, and this is actually a long-ass race. We're probably going to have to pit around lap 18-ish, somewhere around that. So hopefully we can try to hold some of these guys off. If anything crazy happens, you'll see it. I'm just going to probably slowly bleed spots to Johnny Benson, Jamie McMurray, all the guys behind me. And we'll see where we kind of land at for the most part, and hopefully we don't fall too far back. I want to try to stay top 35 if possible. Well, so much for holding that top 35. It only took a couple laps, and then some guys started getting by me. I got high there in turn 1 and 2, and 3 of them just passed me. Oh boy. So we're gonna try and hold on for a top 40 here the best we can. Hopefully we can have a decent pit stop, but getting on the pit road here is tough. And we're definitely gonna lose time to the AI here getting on the pit road because they can fly onto it. It is so tough. It's such a sharp turn. So it is very, very hard to get on pit lane here. And with that damage I got earlier from kind of hooking myself in the wall, car has definitely gotten tighter. That and the tire wear in the car definitely has not helped us. Casey Kane's not too far back. I'm trying to hold off Frank Kimball and Casey Kane for the most part. Shane Hull's actually having a pretty decent year. I don't think we're catching him in points by any means, but we still have a handful of cars still sitting behind us. They're not too much quicker than us. They're definitely faster than us, but hoping we can try and hold these guys off the best we can. We're slowly bleeding spots. The only ones behind us right now, the leader's actually not that far behind, but we got Casey Kane and Casey Atwood, the two guys we've really been battling in points. Then him and Greg Biffle, but Greg Biffle qualified very well. I don't know where he's at exactly. Trying to hold these guys off, but we got Mark Martin, the leaders, right behind us. I low-key want to pit. I think I'm going to pit this next lap. Oh, leaders are pitting, actually, because we can go about 20-ish on fuel, it seems like, and we're going to be a lap down for sure. If not 2 by the end of this. It would be close to 2, but I don't think it would be 2. But Mark Martin's up. Oh, Kyle Petty blowing his motor right in front of us. Luckily, did not affect us at all. I kind of wish it would have slowed down some of the other guys behind us, just because of them freaking out maybe. But with some guys pitting, 7 car might actually be pitting right here. I think next lap I want to come down just making sure we can make it, and I get too high, accidentally block Mark Martin, which I did not want to do. I wanted to stay in front of Casey Atwood. We're really slow in 1 and 2 is my biggest issue. I'm usually decent in 3 and 4. I can kind of get the left sides like just below this dotted line like this in 3 and 4. We're actually pretty quick. But there is a lot of people on pit road, so I kind of want to wait also so we don't get held up. Because we could easily get held up on pit lane with how busy it is right now. But actually, we're going to go. We're going. Get down to 70 miles an hour. And we're good. Do I want to fix damage? Might as well fix damage. Kind of want to make the car slightly looser because if we do get some damage or this damage doesn't fix very well, I need the car to be a little looser just to try and help us out some. And it seems like all the people on pit road kind of already started leaving, or we're way up here in their pit stalls. So hopefully we don't get slowed up here by Ward Burton. No, we're good. So perfect. Of course, there's a lug nut jammed in the gun. When we're actually having some battles on track with Casey Kane, Casey Atwood, and everybody, when we're not a million miles behind everybody else, that's of course when we have a jam in the gun. That makes total sense, 100%. That is such a bummer. I don't even know who we're ahead of. We're ahead of Kyle Petty, who blew his motor. Who else are we ahead of? I have zero idea who the other car is we're ahead of, but I'll figure it out sooner or later, I guess, potentially. We'll see if anybody starts to catch us, and we'll see him on the radar or something like that on the leaderboard. I'm not sure. It's not the car that's directly behind me, who's a fantasy driver. Not sure who it could be. It could be Casey Kane if he pitted earlier, maybe. I have no clue. But we're a lap down. We're probably 2 laps down right now, but we'll get back to 1 lap down for sure by the time the cycle finishes. And then we'll see where we actually end up at. Hopefully we can still be somewhat around Casey Kane and Casey Atwood. Oh, somebody has blown a motor, and I hit the wall trying to look at them down there. Who is it? It's Casey Kane. Let's go. Let's go. We need to beat him in points. That'd be awesome. But we're really going to beat him by 1 spot. I literally think somebody else blew their engine also. I think 3 people blew their engines in this race, which is shocking. But we're going to finish top 40 because of that, which actually is sponsor money for us, which is huge, because I was definitely not going to make much money out of this race, if any. I think we might have lost money out of this race. But that is huge, Casey Kane blowing his motor. 1, because of the points battle we're having with him. 2, because we need to get top 40 in this race. So just any race in general, that really helps us. But I can't wait to see the results at the end of this, because I want to see who the hell blew their motor along with Kyle Petty, because Kyle Petty's on the pit road right there. I don't know who got 42nd there, because we were in 41st forever. I have no clue. Oh, we get a lot of sponsor money for that. That is huge. Now, who finished behind us? Kyle Petty. Tybo Dime blew his motor also. Oh, I did not know that at all. I thought it was literally just Kyle Petty, but actually, Tybo Dime did it beforehand, and then Casey Kane did right at the end, which is beautiful. Casey Atwood barely beats us, and then Frank Kimmel just in front of that. But up front, it looks like Jarrett won it. Where did Junior finish? Because he is struggling. 9th, not that bad, but he is struggling with all these guys finishing top 5. Mark Martin in 2nd. I know he led a lot of laps. He got the bonus points for the most laps. So him and Jarrett actually got the same amount of points that race. And Dale Jarrett getting the win. That's 2nd and 3rd in points right there. Or actually, that's 1st and 2nd now. Actually, I don't even know. I don't know who. I think Dale Jarrett is leading, I want to say. And Junior just keeps falling further and further on back now. So it's getting crazy up front between Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, and then Jeff Gordon, I guess, because Junior's falling quickly. So yeah, it looks like we gained about $65,000 in that race, which I think was the difference basically of us getting that top 40 or not, because we qualified well, we just wouldn't have finished well, which would have been sad. Standings were still above. Oh, me and Atwood are tied dead even for basically dead last in points. Greg Biffle's only 27 ahead. Casey Kane's only like 58 ahead, so he's not too much ahead. And then up front, the battle is tight between Jarrett and Martin, I want to say. 68 points. Because they were dead even, I think, in that race. Junior falling back. Gordon is slowly climbing his way back in, but he needs to beat out Martin and Jarrett. Like, they're the ones that he's struggling to. Now, Dale Jr. still at a 9th place. He's doing just fine. He led a lot of this season in the points, but he is falling quickly now. But need to try to change out this engine and stuff. I'm going to go with this 57 engine. And then I'm going to go with the 57 tire grip, tire wear, just to see what we can do on this track. Try to save the better chassis for tracks I think we'll be better at also, because I think next episode is going to have some good tracks. New Hampshire we did pretty good at earlier in the season, I should say, and then Dover's another really fast one. Oh, and then 2 races from now we got Kansas and Kansas and Talladega back to back, which that's going to be good for us, I feel like. And I'm not looking forward to Martinsville. We don't got too many races left in the season. We're within the last 10 races after this race, really. So let's get into Richmond and see how we could do here. All right, why do I feel like we're actually quick here? I ran a 22.0. Mark Martin ran a 21.4 for qualifying. That's actually pretty good for us, especially for a short track being within like almost half a second. Hopefully we can hit freaking turn 1 better than that, because that car did not feel the same right there. That's weird. But hopefully we can run a good second lap here. Car feels so tight. I wonder if it accidentally added back the wedge I took out, because I took out like a round and a half of wedge. Oh, I hit the gas. We're still good. I want to hit that low 22, and I'll feel real good about my time. At least like a 22.1 or 2, because we're not getting a whole lot of stability help, so I'm actually getting a lot of acceleration off these corners. 22.1, I'll take that. Where does that put us? 30th? Okay, not as good as I expected, actually.
MRN comes to Richmond, Virginia for tonight's race, the Chevy Monte Carlo 400. What's in store for us on this track, Barney?
This is a fast track, even though it's less than a mile. Richmond's smooth surface gives the drivers plenty of room to maneuver and make clean passes, but you'll still see a fair share of bumping going on out there.
The Windcraft car hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
And of course, nobody wants to be on the bottom of that points list. You'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. Not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
An unusual back-of-the-pack start for Ward Burton.
You know, I spoke with the guys from that team in the garage this morning, and they said they tried something a little different in qualifying this week. They learned their lesson, though. Stick with what works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Man, Mark Martin's on pole again. Dale Jr.'s third. Oh, that's getting spicy up front. Dale Jarrett's all the way back here by me. Oh, no, that's bad for him. That's real bad news for him. We have a good-ass start, too. I'm going to try and get under Casey Atwood here, because we are tied with him in points. We're getting into a really nice-looking Ken Schrader car. I like that M&M's, like the blue M&M's car. Like, that is smooth looking. And we're really hitting them. Okay, yeah, we damaged the right front already. Did not want to do that very much, but it is what it is. We just need to run the line that's right on the yellow. Kind of using up Ken Schrader a little bit. He actually screwed us a little bit. I was trying to use him up a little, and that did not work out. It really just straightened me out really bad. I did not need that at all. But now we're behind Casey Kane. I need to beat Casey Kane in the races. I know Talladega we're going to be able to destroy him unless he has a good race somehow, but usually we gain a ton of points on him and all the guys we race around, because it's usually just the fast guys up front. I need to make this thing looser, because it is getting tight already on the race run. But if we could hang around the top 30 or top 35, I'd be super happy with that, because I feel like we have some decent speed here. But man, it is very tough to run the same line every single time on this track in this game. Greg Biffle getting by us, that's no bueno. That's very bad. Frank Kimmel trying to get by us as well, no thank you. Trying to hold him off. Definitely can be better off of turn 4 with the no stability help, like, because I can easily just tap it along and it really helps, but off turn 2 is a lot sharper. So I got to be more careful through turn 1 and 2 when I'm getting back on throttle. Todd Bodine getting to our inside. The mystery engine blown up last week from him that I did not know. Michael Waltrip's way back here. There's some faster guys that are way back here, like, so randomly. Trying to hold that inside. Michael Waltrip wants to get to my inside so badly. Holy crap. Like, he was below that yellow line for sure. I don't know how he got that to grip down there, but we're definitely off the pace, as my crew chief is saying. So we're slowly bleeding spots. It's going to be hopefully a somewhat quick of a race, and hopefully we can try to hold on to a top 40. I definitely want to finish in front of Casey Atwood so we can at least be in front of somebody in the points. But he's definitely still behind us. I think he's like second to last right now. But we need to just try and get to the bottom as best we can. But when I go to pit, I definitely want to change our wedge down some, make this car a little bit looser, because it does not want to turn too much right now. Or maybe I'll do like a pound or two in the tire pressures down, try to help that out hopefully. don't know, I'll think about it while I'm running here, and we'll be pitting here in like 10-ish laps, maybe 10 to 15-ish. Well, we just finally fell to last place behind Casey Atwood, and we got the leaders right behind us, Mark Martin, and I think Dale Jr. is right on him, who is first and third in points, or second and third in points, I should say, because Dale Jarrett is first, but they are absolutely flying right now. I don't really want to hold either of them up, but at the same time, I'm trying to race Casey Atwood for this last place desperately, but they're going to get to my inside here. I'm not going to go cut them off or anything. I don't want to influence that at all. I'll let it play out. But if I can cut down under Casey Atwood, get behind Dale Jr., that would be helpful. Because pit stops are going to start here any second now with the leaders for sure. I think I kind of want to pit on like lap 19-ish. They'd be going into lap 20 for the leaders. So that'd be like just at halfway. Or maybe I pit this lap, which is 18 going on to 19 for them. We do get back in front of Casey Atwood right there. That was kind of nice. Pit road's gonna start getting busy for sure. So yeah, we're pitting. We're pitting with Mark Martin right here. Don't need to repair damage, I don't think. We should be fine. Let's turn the wedge down a little bit and the tire pressure. Should be all right. Actually, might as well fix the damage. It's 3/10. It's not that bad. But hopefully, we shouldn't get messed up on pit exit, I don't think. That's the one thing I'm worried about at this point. Hey, that's a solid pit stop. 17-7, and we screw up Jeff Gordon. That's kind of funny. Unfortunate, but kind of funny. Hopefully, that means that we'll end up being back in front of Casey Atwood whenever he pits, because we actually had pretty good pit stop there. Oh, wow, that made it super loose. Okay. I went to go turn into turn 3 there, and it just wanted to take off left. Holy crap. But my car is a lot more damaged than I thought. Wow. Is this Casey Atwood? That's Casey Atwood right there. We're in front of him. Okay. Okay. We just got to get off turn 2 clean. But we're in front of Casey Atwood. That's the biggest thing I was worried about. I just want to beat him so we're ahead of him in points for the main portion of that. Like, we'll be 5 points ahead of him, or not even 5. We'll only be like 1 or 2 ahead of him in points, because points drop the further you go down. So hopefully we can hold. I'm going to do my damnedest to hold him off. Anything I could do, I'm literally going to do to hold him off. I think Jerry Nadeau right here in front of us was not that far in front of us. Actually, he was a lot further in front of us when he pitted, so we actually gained some time, I think, on our pit. Like, we actually pitted pretty well. Yeah, and the 43 up there, John Andretti. So yeah, everybody, we definitely gained some time on them, so that's great news. But I'm going to do my best here. Frank Kimmel's right there too. Oh, yay. I'm going to do my best to hold off Casey Atwood as I get high in turn 3. I'm going to come down, door him, slow him up, because I'm going to play dirty. I want to hold him off the best we can, because some races he will do so well for no reason, like Martinsville. I think he usually is pretty good. So I definitely need to try to hold him back, and we'll see how the rest of this race pans out. Alright, where Atwood got around us. I was trying to play dirty there. I tried to go like door him, honestly, in that corner, and he just like hit the brakes on me and like whoop-de-doop to me. So yeah, we are dead last. Nobody's blown a motor yet. I'm hoping somebody does. It'd be awesome if Casey Kane did again, because that was pretty lucky just to be able to beat him by a spot at, where was it, Darlington? So that was pretty nice, but nobody's blown their motor here yet when there was 3 at Darlington. So really hoping we can at least get 1 so we don't finish dead last here. That would be a little disappointing, because I felt like we had some decent speed here, and then we just slowly fell back with the more damage that we had on the car. Oh, and speaking of that, Jimmy Spencer in the mirror just blew a motor like 5 seconds later, and there's somebody with a blown motor up there in turn 3. We literally just got 2 of them within a lap. Who blew their motor up here, though? I have no clue. It looks like Jerry Nadeau, who definitely was on the same lap as us, so we're going to get up to 41st there, literally within a lap. I was just hoping we get a blow motor. We ended up getting 2 in the same exact lap. That was beautiful. All right, we only got a couple laps left here. We're in 41st. If we could have held off Casey at, well, we could have had a top 40, but I think my loosening of the car made it too loose to where we get a ton of stability help, and it makes me super tight. So it did like the opposite what I was hoping for because of that stability help. And I was trying to hold off Casey Kane just so he can get passed by more people, but we end up losing it to him there. It looks like Mark Martin is the leader, and he's on the final lap. So now we're technically on the final lap. We just took the white flag in turn 3 and 4, and it looks like Junior's in second. So they ended up 1-2 like they have been most of the race. So Mark Martin's going to gain a ton on... Oh, Jeff Gordon's third, too. Wow, they're going to gain a ton on Dale Jarrett. We didn't get too much money there, just over 100K. We need to go re-sign our sponsor, but I want to see where... What's his face? Dale Jarrett ended up finishing, because he started way back there by us in 29th. He finished 11th, so he didn't lose a ton of points, but they definitely lost like 30 to 40 to the guys he's battling with in the points. So that's going to be very interesting towards the end here. Looks like we barely gained money out of that somehow. I'll take it, I guess. Maybe because of our sponsor finishing. Average finish at 35th, finish in 35th, or just finish in 40th and get the 41,000. We don't finish in 35th enough, I feel like, yet. We have to just keep going with Nikon with finish in 40th. So that, and then all the rest of these we'll do after the next race. And what is next race? New Hampshire? Yeah. New Hampshire is the next one. We have, what? 2 races till a new engine is built, 4 till is 1 repaired, and then we don't have anything going on with the chassis, which I might want to repair this chassis right now. I don't know, because what do we have coming up? We have, I think, 6 races there till the R&D is done. We got New Hampshire, Dover, Kansas, Talladega. I can kind of go 3 races straight on the chassis we're on right now, probably. I think we could. Like, the one that's actually pretty decent. Or I wait till after this race to do... I use this chassis for New Hampshire, maybe. But I was thinking of using the better one, honestly, just to see what we could do. I think I'm just going to repair it now. I could do it in 4 races, because the 4th race will be Talladega. We don't need it for that, so we can get it done after Talladega, which will be just fine. 68,000. That's a little bit of money, but it is what it is. Let's modify this car for New Hampshire. I actually want to have a good engine and a good chassis here, because I feel like we could do pretty decent. So I think we did decent here last time. We got a little lucky with some cautions, but we qualified very well. So I'm hoping we could do well there again. But let's go look at the points very quickly before the end of this. We are just behind Atwood by 3 points now. But I know Talladega is going to jump me way back up. So I'm hoping for a really great day there. But Dale Jarrett's only 13 points ahead of Mark Martin. Wow, it's getting tight towards the end of this. 64 ahead of Junior, 137 against Gordon there. So very, very tight points battle coming to the last, like, what, 10 races of the season now? Yeah, 27 to 36. Last 10 races of the season. Going into New Hampshire, and then I think we have New Hampshire and what's the other one? New Hampshire and Dover. That's going to be a tough combo for us, but we're going to do the best we can. Hopefully we can try and stack up some more money by the end of this R&D, because we got 6 more races of it. Talladega is going to be in that, so we'll get a lot of money there, so I'm hoping we can get a good bit. It might take 18 races to do the R&D, but it is what it is. We have to save some money somehow, and so we don't go bankrupt again, and then everybody quits on us, because that's the worst possible outcome, because that has happened to us once already this season at the very beginning. So can't cut it that close anymore. Can't do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.